Hi guys, it's Infinity Week, and that means Infinity prizes. Every day this week we're giving away a different box set and a blister. Justin, let's see what today's is.
Alright, I know I've shaved at the minute, but here's the magic.
Oh yes, excellent stuff. Justin, tell us how you can win.
Okay, we've got 2 videos per day going out for Infinity Week, guys. So, comment on one video, that's 1 entry. Comment on both, that's 2 entries. And if you're greedy and you really want a chance to win these cool prizes, comment on Beasts of War and YouTube so you can have 4 entries into the prize draw.
Excellent. Well, get button smashing now.
Now, before we go, we have an extra video going out this Saturday with something extra special from Infinity that nobody has seen yet. And Carlos has put forward an amazing prize for it. So guys, stay tuned. Watch on Saturday for the great video that's coming out that day for the mystery prize.
Hi and welcome back to Infinity Week 3. I'm joined by Carlos again, myself Gavin from Beasts of War. And we're going to go through more of the artwork that didn't make the art book but are still basically out there to tease us and show what's coming up for Infinity in future. So this time we're going through the PanOceanic. So, Carlos, what are the PanOceanic?
Yes, a quick recap. In the human sphere, 175 years into the future, there is one superpower of humanity that has colonized more planets than anyone else. So that is the biggest faction here, is PanOceania. Okay, because they have more planets, they have Varuna, Neoterra, Acontecimiento, they have more resources, they have more money, they have more power at all. So these are the most powerful faction, number 1, totally. They claim themselves to be the good guys, so they think that freedom is protected by this faction, so their colors are blue usually. And they have the most extraordinary heavy infantries, and the tanks are incredibly from the PanOceania faction. Their gaming style is usually because they shoot better. So better at shooting means that they have incredibly good troops. They have a few lack of infiltrators or warbands, but they don't need them since they shoot better. PanOceania tactics are usually about smashing the enemy because they have so much power. The thing about them is like they have their sectorial armies, they have the Acontecimiento sectorial armies, the Neoterra sectorial armies, and the incredibly charismatic and successful military orders, which is the Knights orders, and people cannot have enough of them, it seems.
They are very stylistic. I mean, the Knights really do hammer home the theme, and the style of them and everything else is really, really keen for the imagination. It really does capture it.
Yeah, and having a heavy infantry sectorial army pisses all the Yuchin players so much.
Yes.
But don't worry, Yuchin players, you will have your own soon.
Not soon enough, but very, very soon.
Not soon enough, really.
Okay, so I've got the first piece of artwork here, and this is one of the characters available to the army, and it's quite different. In terms of what we've seen so far for the kind of PanOceanic, he's quite a different style of character. You know, he's got his heavy armour and everything else, but he's some kind of jump trooper, I would say. Yeah. What can you tell me about him? I mean, what?
Okay, Kirpal Singh is an Akali surgeon, as we can read in the concept part. The Akali Sikh commandos are Sikh warriors, which has Indian ethnicity to them, and this is an Indian hero, of course. The fluff says that he became the most expert soldier and about combat jumping, that he even designed his own jump packs and that stuff. He's supposed to be a guy so charismatic, so essential in battle that he has developed, the chain of command skill. When he lands on the table, and because he's a religious troop, he can do that even in the most desperate moments of the battle. He becomes the lieutenant, even if the army is in loss of lieutenant. So it was we haven't been making a new Akali Sikh since, I guess, 2007.
Yeah. So
it was the time to make the ultimate Akali soldier.
Yeah.
And this is the one. Carlos Torres made the front view, and once again I made the ass view. We decided to go not put the helmet. He is again a Calis. Probably he will wear the helmet we make in the Dangerous Combat Jam, but in order to show the character, show the ethnic face of an Akalis Sikh warrior, which was important in order to, many people ignore that they are Indian themed soldiers. It was important to show the ethnic roots of this true profile. Finally, the miniature was made by Jose Luis Ross, the PanOceania sculptor, which is a privilege that the Pano players have. And he's a great sculptor. He made a great miniature as usual. We can see some green colors in this color scheme because he belongs to the Acontecimiento Sectorial Army, and usually that's the combination that we use. We put some slightly bits of color to indicate which sector does he belong to.
And looking at kind of the weapons and things like that, you've got the kind of standard combi rifle and assault weapons that you get for the PanOceanic, but then like his Close Combat blade looks more Sikh in origin, and designed that kind of way.
Yeah, like a Punjab knife that we can see in the logo. Yes.
Yeah, which is a really nice little touch. And like the armour, it's one of the things I really like about the Pano is they are really, really high tech, but they show it. It's not just everything's kind of hidden. It's nice rounded plates, so it's not kind of bulky in the kind of sense that it's low tech. It's curved. It's nicely manufactured, but it's still got the kind of tech there to show what they've got.
You touch a very interesting point there that also Gutierrez has touched in his text, that it's difficult to design, especially in miniatures where volumes are so important, but we are now dealing with high sci-fi concept here of ultra sweet technology, and as I was saying before, now telephones are like this, black rectangle, because everything becomes minimalistic. But trying to design sci-fi miniatures, the volumes have to be something else. If we get really into super high sci-fi designs, everything becomes so minimal that we won't even have a miniature to paint. We will just have some minimal stuff. So it's important to just make a step back from the concept of super high sci-fi and try to make something interesting in terms of volumes and art and a believable armor. Because we can imagine immediately the concept of there is this membrane so thin as a paper and it's completely indestructible. If we come out with this idea, we will.
You're just going to have a naked guy painting a suit onto.
We won't be able to make really cool looking miniatures. I mean, there's a balance between all those concepts.
Yeah.
So we get into
the miniature itself.
The final result of the miniature painted by Angel Giraldez. You can see how he sometimes respects, sometimes ignores the color scheme because of the lighting. And he has become a much better painter through all these years. So you can make a huge zoom to all the photos and it still works. I mean, it's incredible. Angel takes usually 1 day and a half, maybe 2 days for painting one miniature. So it's pretty quick for the level.
Yeah, I mean, I would take 3 or 4 weeks to try and do a character over several hours, and it would look nothing like this in the slightest.
It's too much hours, too many hours painting and painting and painting. I mean,
but it's nice to even got the helmet up there as well.
Once again, and a detail by Jose Luis Roy that he cares about so much is that, he's not wearing the helmet, but he can put the helmet in the belt. And
you wouldn't leave it at home, you would have it with you in combat just in case.
Makes everything work. I mean,
and the pose nice and heroic. I mean, the details of the face and the kind of just like the textures and the layers and the skin, really, really good. And he's just got a really characterful face. You know what I mean? It's.
He doesn't look like me.
No, he doesn't look like you at all.
No.
You don't have a beard.
Yours is wrong.
Okay, so next we've got the Crusader Brethren. So this is the religious troops, the knightly orders, and around that.
This is the paratrooper from the military orders.
Yep.
In this concept art that we see here in this tablet, this concept artwork is for the military orders, and this particular color scheme is for the Hospitalier Knight orders. Because as you may know, or some of you should know now, is that we paint the military orders miniatures depending on the military order that is themed the army on. So if we are going to a military order army list with most of Hospitalier Knights, the rest of the Sardinian orders, or in this case the Crusader Brethren, will be painted using their color scheme, because that will be like a Hospitalier themed military order army. So, but you can imagine that changing these colors, you can go to the Montesa order, or the Teutonic order, or the Saint Sepulchre order. Yeah, there are so many combinations. We can see that this paratrooper has the same backpack as right now we have seen Kirpal Singh.
Yeah.
Because they are all from PanO, so they can share the technology. They are not completely away one from each other. This was finally a very, very cool miniature by, again, José Luis Roig, the sculptor from PanOceania.
Yeah, really nice. I mean, the flow of the miniature, he looks like he's in motion. You've got the tabard, and it actually looks like it's moving. It's not static. It's not just hanging there. It's all coming together, and he's got shape and movement. He looks like he's going into action. He's ready to kick off.
And these elements, the high parts of the like the wings from the backpack, work very well also.
Yeah.
And there's something about if you pay lots of attention to the design and the final result of the miniature, you will see that José Luis Roig he's also adding his own points to the designs, because he is so much into robots. He dominates that subject so much that he makes better articulations in the elbows, in the knees. He makes really excellent stuff when caring about how the armor plates collide with each other, how they flow, how they are articulated. And this can be seen from the beginning in Infinity. So José Luis Roig really add lots of solutions to all the design of the armors.
But when you look at this and you can see how the knee joint would move, how every part of the armour would move and flow, and it would work. Whereas you're not having like a shoulder pad that's this big that you're not going to be able to see out the side when you're supposed to be an elite soldier. I don't know who does those, but you've got proper flex, you've got realistic shoulder pads, you know, and the protections there as well. You can actually visualise this working in a modern day environment, things like that.
José Luis cares a lot about this. I mean, he's a guy that he's, every day making Infinity miniatures.
Yeah.
So, and this is his army from the beginning. So he knows how everything rotates and slides through the surfaces.
Yeah.
Okay, the next design that we have here, which has not become a miniature yet, is the Acontecimiento Tic Balance.
So this is a tag.
Yes, this is the first time you see it.
Yeah, this is the first time anyone's seen it. And
okay,
wow.
Tell us, Gavin, what do you think?
Brilliant. I mean, it's like, it's a different design than we've seen previously. I love the flow of the helmet. I love the colours they've used and the kind of proportions of the actual tag itself. In terms of design, is this a powered armour that they're wearing, or are they piloting?
No, this is a complete robot, standard remote presence.
Yeah.
Because this is part of the Stingray series. Already the Hotum, the Dragao, the Cutter, and the Squalo. Those are the Squalo series. Okay, they are more cavalry. They are supposed to be bigger and have more value of armor. But then there is the Stingray series that is supposed to be a little smaller, have less armor, but and are cheaper in points cost.
Yeah.
But very effective.
More mobile and
yes. So this is the Tic Balang, and the other two from the same series are the Seraph and the Yulan from Clausewitz, the Neoterra Stingray tag. So I know that in the artbook we will be able to see the Seraph, which is the military orders version of an Stingray tag.
Yep.
But we will be probably able to see also the Tic Balang and the Yulan in order to see how the Stingray series works from a basic body to different versions of each other. And there is also another Stingray series tag, which is the Tony Macayana special version of the Tikbalang.
Okay.
That we'll see someday. So this has not been made as a miniature yet.
Yeah, which is a crying shame because it's lovely. I mean, even like the details on the heavy flamer, you've got the tube work coming up to the, I presume it's like the reservoir for the fuel.
Yeah, very obvious heavy flamethrower, yes.
But the actual design of the flamethrower, the way it's kind of crafted on the back of the gun, sort of back of the arm, really, really nice. And then you've got the heavy machine gun to scale, which would use and grip on it. It's not actually mounted on the thing. Really, really nice. And again, the nice blue and green scheme.
I was recently in Granada and I showed this concept artwork in making a little seminar with a projector, and we allowed to choose the color scheme for the people, so they vote. And they vote and not for this one, for another one, so I have to change this in order to respect the Infinity fans from Granada. Don't worry, we'll change it.
So what colours did they go for?
Well, similar combination of colors, but different layout. Okay?
Yeah.
They wanted the chest to be green and the head to be green.
Oh, okay.
But the heavy flamethrower deposit was not green, was with this color, this ochre.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it would highlight that differently to everything else as well. So it looks like it's actually a component that is then taken off.
Yes, as I told them, what elements do you want to be seen?
Yeah.
What elements do you want to have the most attention? If the head is green, you will look more at the head than the deposit of napalm or whatever. That if it has a less saturated color, it will be more unnoticed.
Yeah. Very nice. So these are basically elements that are here to show today, but they're not going into the kind of final art book that's reserved for bigger and better and more interesting and amazing stuff.
To promote the book without showing the whole book, and this it was very difficult to choose which ones goes to the final cut of the artwork. We wanted everything to be in the artwork, but it will have to be like a huge big book. So we have to constantly reject and constantly cut from the final cut lots of stuff, and it was very painful. But it was okay. Don't worry, we will use it for promoting the rest of the book, and people agree with that.
Yeah, and we're benefiting. We get to see some of this lovely stuff before everyone else. So in terms of the book, if you pre-order it now, you get the special limited edition model
of Miranda Ashcroft, which is an authorized bounty hunter, as Max Scorpio, the miniature from the ITS tournaments that you win that exclusive miniature.
Excellent.
Well, Miranda Ashcroft is a female miniature that also has that same true profile.
Yeah.
And also, if you are at Gen Con, you will be able to buy the book and have also the free miniature of Miranda Ashcroft.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to the next one.